Hey guys, welcome back to Zilliqa Zebra. In this video, I'm going to discuss staking and do some calculations on how much you should stake in order to achieve your dream of retiring on passive income, using both Singapore and the USA as reference points. If getting a passive income is what you're seeking, this video is for you. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe to Zilliqa Zebra for all things related to Zilliqa and its ecosystem. Please also do note that as a necessary disclaimer, this analysis is formed by my limited research and there are many variables which may change the conclusion of this analysis. Hence, please only refer to this video as a guide and not the ultimate truth. Everyone's dream is to build a nest egg which generates passive income for life. Fortunately, with cryptocurrency and staking, this is getting more possible. Nevertheless, the nature of inflation means that the cost of living goes up every year. If you're following the traditional method of keeping your money in the bank, you will realize that it does not necessarily generate much returns for you. In Singapore, banks like DBS are giving only a 0.05% return per annum for a savings account. In the USA, interest rates at banks like Bank of America or Barclays are giving only 1% or less per annum. This means that if you're not careful, you may even be losing money in terms of value if the inflation rate is higher than the savings rate. To give a fair benchmark, let's use a simple and modest assumption, which is to generate a $3,000 per month income, which is also $36,000 per year. Using a 1% savings interest, we'll need a nest egg of $3.6 million in the bank. This is not impossible, but typically out of reach for most people. Another means is to invest in stocks and equities and aim for dividend returns. Dividends generally give a better return than interest returns in the bank, but you will need to have good market knowledge. There's always a risk of your stocks declining in value. The other deceptive part about dividends is that they are primarily calculated by dividend payout divided by the price of the stock. Hence, you may be getting a good dividend not because the company is paying out more, but simply because the company's stock price has fallen. In Singapore's context, the top 10 blue chip stocks with the highest dividends include ST Engineering with 3.8%, Mapletree Industrial Trust with 3.9%, CapitaLand Integrated Commercial Trust at 4.1%, to Ascendas Real Estate Investment Trust at 4.8%. In America's case, the three highest dividend yields are AT&T at 7.44%, ExxonMobil at 6.01%, and Verizon Communications at 4.55%. Unfortunately, the ratings of these companies are not always at buy. In fact, several of these companies are rated hold, which is a neutral rating, which might also lead to stock price fluctuations. This leads us to the main subject matter, staking. Before we proceed with staking, do know that there are also other options of getting a passive income through a cryptocurrency. You can land on the CeFi platform such as BlockFi or Whole or a DeFi platform such as Uniswap or Binance. You can also provide liquidity and be paid interest like what we usually do on automated market makers such as Uniswap, Balancer, or ZooSwap with Zilliqa and related pairs. But in this video, we'll keep our focus on staking. Staking on a blockchain is basically the process of actively participating in transaction validation. On these blockchains, anyone with a minimum required balance of a specific cryptocurrency can validate transactions and earn staking rewards. Staking can also be seen as an umbrella term used to denote the act of pledging your crypto assets to a cryptocurrency protocol to earn rewards in exchange. Staking allows users to participate in securing the network by locking up tokens. Consequently, users are rewarded for securing the network in the form of native tokens. In terms of staking, let's take a look at large cap blockchains for added safety. We have Solana, which offers a 7% APY with a market cap of $38 billion. We also have Polkadot with a 13% APY and a market cap of $29 billion. Next, we have Binance Smart Chain with a 10% APY and a market cap of $55 billion. Last but not least, we have Zilliqa with an APY of 14% and a market cap of $1 billion. The key thing to take note here is the network effect brought about by these blockchains. As blockchains grow bigger and gain network effects, they tend to grow even more and become more valuable. Your investment becomes more secure, and you also earn more fees from that blockchain. Let's take a look at how much you need to get for an APY of $36,000. For easy reference, we'll take the staking APY data provided by Staking Rewards at stakingrewards.com for the following four blockchains on the 23rd of September 2021. For Solana at 6.59 APY, you'll need $550,000 to get your APY of $36,000. For Polkadot at 13.22%, you'll need $275,000 to get your APY of $36,000. For Binance Smart Chain at 9.81 APY, you need $370,000 to get your APY of $36,000. For Zilliqa at 13.87 APY, you need 260,000 US dollars to get APY of $36,000. Do note that I have not chosen the compounded effect for more linear basis for comparison. Whichever blockchain you choose to stake with is way better than the $3.6 million you have needed to put in the bank. Of course, blockchains like Zilliqa will require a lower quantum to generate the returns for you. I'm personally vested with Zilliqa because you also get to earn GZIL or the governance tokens. In fact, if you include the minting of GZIL and the compounding effect, you only need to vest 175,000 US dollars to get your APY of $36,000. Isn't that incredible? The only caveat to this is that the minting of GZIL will reach an end, likely in October 2021. Zilliqa uses sharding, which allows up to 2,488 transfers per second, as compared to up to 1,000 transfers per second with Polkadot. Now, since I am focusing on staking with Zilliqa, let's spend a bit more time researching on how to maximize our staking earnings with Zilliqa. Let's remember that we're aiming for a passive income of $36,000 for staking Zilliqa. How much can you earn staking Zilliqa? The Zilliqa network has an ePort reward of 275,000 ZILs, of which 40% will be distributed between all stakers. The transaction fees in the network are also added to the potential reward pool. The first point of interest is that APY for Zilliqa, as well as for other blockchains, will vary over time. If we take a close look at the staking interest rate of Zilliqa by looking at this chart, we realize that if the percentage of circulating supply increases, the staking interest rate in percentage will start to drop. At this present moment, we can see a circulating supply of 32.75% worth of Zilliqa stake, which corresponds to a 13.28% APR. Now, in case you're confused between APR and APY, APR in simple English refers to your yearly rate of return without taking compound interest into account. On the other hand, APY is your effective annual rate and includes how often the interest is applied to your balance. Hence, APY is typically higher than APR. A point here to note is that Zilliqa did readjust the reward structure via the ZIP-9 proposal, which led to a better version of the staking program, allowing for an uncapped staking pool and sufficient staking interest rate that can attract token holders to participate and stake their tokens in the pool. This is done by both increasing the block rewards and reallocating some of the miners' share of the block rewards to the stakers. In short, this ZIP-9 proposal helps to ensure a longevity of the 21 billion maximum supply cap within 10 years while achieving low net inflation and keeping ZIL scarce. Hence, the staking interest rates or the APR are adjusted with the circulating supply stake. The Zilliqa team did a projection of the conservative usage of the network and an average 50% filled block to stimulate the year-on-year growth of the circulating supply and its corresponding net inflation. The staking interest rate is then adjusted for the circulating supply stake, as you can see from this graph here. We are currently at the area of the curve pointed out by the red arrow. Now, will we get less APR over time? Thanks to Jinkao, SVP of Zilliqa, we can check the staking history of Zilliqa over time by looking at the view block dashboard for Zilliqa. Staking for Zilliqa started from October 2020, and 12 months have since passed, giving us a rich set of data to see how things may evolve from this current point in time. Now, the circulating supply of Zilliqa is also changing. At this present moment, the total available supply of Zilliqa is about 15 billion ZILs, with a total maximum supply of 21 billion. We can plot the monthly APR for Zilliqa, and as you can see from this chart, the APR is generally stable at 14%. I believe that the APR will generally trend downwards, but over a very long period of time, which will mean that the returns for staking Zilliqa is likely to be stable. The other interesting point, which was researched by Reddit user KRCMP, was a compound optimization analysis for Zilliqa staking. He wanted to address an issue confronted by everyone who is staking Zilliqa, or any other blockchains for that matter. How often should we claim our staking rewards in order to restake it, again for the maximum optimum benefit? He used a compounding program written in Python to analyze various ZIL balances and their optimum claiming and staking periods to aid you in your staking based on the amount that you intend to stake. The assumptions that he made was that the APY was at 13.3% and the fees for claiming and staking fees will be 4.7 and 0.13 ZILs as per 1st of July 2021. With these data points, he created a Zilliqa claim optimization table. The analysis was done with a balance of 1000 ZILs and then increasing it by 1 ZILs until the number of days between claiming and staking is 1. The first positive return is at 3662 ZILs, and any balance below this value will lose ZILs if claimed in a year. Hence, balances less than 3662 ZILs will need to be claimed only after 365 days. To simplify things further, if you have 50,000 ZILs stake, you should claim your rewards every 33 days. If you have 100,000 ZILs stake, you should claim your rewards every 26 days. And if you have 1 million ZILs, you will need to be more diligent and claim every 7 days. The days to claim becomes shorter and shorter. For example, you have 60 million ZILs or more, you need to basically claim your rewards after brushing your teeth every day. Please note that the claiming of GZIL rewards are not factored into this as it will further complicate the calculations. Let us now review the key agenda of this video. How much to stake to retire on passive income? With the 4 blockchains considered, Zilliqa is the best option for staking. And if we remove GZIL rewards from the equation and factor in compounding for APY at 14.88%, you will need about $242,000 to get an estimated yearly return of $36,010. This will equate to a total of 2.716 million ZILs stake. With this amount, you will need to claim your reward every 3 to 5 days on average to maximize your return. Now, you will also need to bear with a few risks. Risk 1 is that your coin dramatically drops in value. Risk 2 is that your coin gets less popular over time, thereby losing its network effect. As a result, there are less ongoing transactions and less fees generated to pay the stakers. Risk 3 is that your coin's APR might decrease drastically over time. If we apply this to Zilliqa at the present moment, these risks are minimized. This is because the transaction volume of Zilliqa is trending upwards over time from year-on-year basis, with a spike or peak in the months of February and April 2021. In addition, the number of Zilliqa ecosystem partners continues to grow, leading to more token creations and an all-time high in August 2021. All this bodes well for the blockchain, and the upcoming Zilliqa Ethereum bridge has the potential to bring Ethereum users into the Zilliqa ecosystem, which in turn create even more transactions and adding to the network effect. I hope you have found this video useful. If you have any feedback and inputs, do drop them in the comments below. That's all I have for this episode of Zilliqa Zebra. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for your regular dose of Zilliqa and cryptocurrency news. And check out my other videos which might be of interest to you. Goodbye.